Hello, we're talking about Inception. Just another one of the classic films which everyone's ever watched. These are like movies which are so commercial, so mainstream. Like, even if you've not watched the movie, you've heard of it. Like, everyone's heard of Inception. I heard of Inception way before I watched it. And, oftentimes with these commercial films, when you do finally watch it, you tend to like them or not like them. And about 90% of the time, they're pretty good films. And I think Inception is just that. I think it is a fantastic film. It, unfortunately for me, is a bit of a like, if you ask me what I like about Inception, I will not have one particular thing to say, which I don't know if it's good or bad. It's good because everything's like, the performances in this film are really balanced. I think the plot line is fantastic. It's a movie which you really got to pay attention and watch to. But see, I have this thing about just for comparison, Interstellar is a similar movie where you have to really pay attention and watch the film. But Interstellar goes into territory where it can get very confusing, especially towards the end. The more and more detailed it gets. But I feel like with Inception, it never goes to that level where you're like, oh man, I can't understand shit. Like, you're always understanding the broader strokes of the movie, and maybe the finer details might get, over your head. But Inception does a good job of still having it still presents a movie which shows you how complex it is without getting into the deep complexities which make you, for example, Tenet is another example where the general plot line is good, but then they get so far deep into the whole reversal thing in that movie that you really start to lose the plot. I think Inception doesn't have that problem, which is also why I think Inception might be the best Christopher Nolan film. I'm not sure. I right now I'm not able to think of that, but I think Inception is, for me at least, it's a standard of how you involve complex plot points and not let it derail your enjoyment of the actual plot. Like, it's if I'm just reading the excerpt right now. Cobb, a skilled thief who commits corporate espionage by. Okay, it's pretty fucking long. There's a whole paragraph here. Basically, you know what Inception is? It's basically like an action movie. Like, if you took away the dreams element of Inception, it is still an enjoyable film. At that point, it would be a cliche film, but you get it, it's easy to understand. So I feel like when the baseline is something which is basic and simple to consume, and then you add your layer of uniqueness to it, I think that blends in really well with Inception. And I think Christopher Nolan does an excellent job with Inception in that regard. Of course, if you're talking about performances, I mean, I would say one of Leonardo's finest performances. I think Tom Hardy, especially in this movie, is great. I think Ken Watanabe, how do I pronounce that? I think he's also pretty good in this film. And of course, you have Elliot Page, Joseph, you have a little bit of Killian, but although he doesn't have a major role in this film as much as you like. So overall, it's a pretty solid film, of course. I would not let the complexity or the confusion of the plot details get into the enjoyment of the film. I think that's what I was trying to drive home. I think the movie does a really good job of making it a movie which is watchable without having to delve too deep into it. So, if I had to give it a rating, I think it's a 4 out of 5. Like, it's in the bracket of good movies. Like, you really can't, there's not much argument to make that you don't like it, at least for me, because I think it sits comfortably in, like, this is a good movie to watch. And it's one of those movies which are very famous, which you're like, I see why it's famous because it's genuinely a good film. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. Watched Inception a while ago. I almost want to rewatch it now that I'm making this review. But let me know what you didn't like about Inception. So if the reason why I don't think it's a 5 out of 5 is because of the complexities of the plot. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm some kind of genius. Like, for me, I'm someone who likes a twist, but I'm not someone who likes being confused throughout the film. And Inception very much kind of runs along a thin line between those, right? Even though the balance is there. But that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.